Now, what we're going to cover in this story is possibly one of the weirdest things I have ever heard of Meet Kevin doing ever. Now, I've done a bunch of videos on Kevin, Jeremy, Andre Jick. I've done things in the past, talking about different things that they've done that I think are potentially illegal. What he did in this video is completely legal. He had every right to do what I'm about to show you, but it's one of the weirdest things I think he's ever done. Like, there's no reason to do this. I'll go over why I think he actually did this or why he's in the process of doing this, but it's definitely one of the weirdest things I've ever seen him do. Now, as you know, I've done a lot of stories on him, and people send me emails, showing me facts or different things about these guys. So one guy sent me an email about this potential case that Kevin is a part of in Ventura County. If you don't know, Kevin lives in Ventura. That's well known. And again, everything I'm going to show you is legal to show. I may block out some things because Kevin likes to claim privacy issues, but all of this is legal. Anyone can look this up. But there is a court case in the county of Ventura that Kevin filed himself late last year, in September of last year. And you can see what it's about. This case is about petition for change of name. So meet Kevin, our good old friend Kevin Paffrath. His full name is Kevin Helmut Paffrath, if you don't know that. He attempted, or he's in the process, you can see it's pending, so it's still an open case. He's in the process of trying to legally change his name. Now, you may be asking, what is Kevin trying to change his name to? Is he trying to come up with a cool name like Chad? Or maybe he wants to be Jason, so he could meet Jason or meet Chad. Maybe something cool like that, right? Maybe he's got a cool name he's trying to come up to, trying to rebrand himself after the whole Kevin DUI thing. And you would be wrong, because down here at the bottom, you can see all the list of activities as to this whole case. You can go through all of it. And one of the things that's really interesting is proof of publication right here. And you can see in the Fillmore Gazette, which is a newspaper, Kevin had to file that he wants to do his name change, and he actually says in the actual newspaper why he wants to change his name. Now, you may be asking, why did Kevin file in a newspaper? And this is part of an old law. I don't really know why this still exists. But you have to make it public record if you're trying to change your name. And one of the ways you can do that is to file this in a newspaper. Nobody reads newspapers anymore, but you can legally do that if you want to change your name. You have to put it public record in a newspaper. So on the court filings, you can see that Kevin used the Fillmore Gazette to actually go through with that. So I actually have the Fillmore Gazette pulled up right here. For some reason, their website is not secure, which kind of freaks me out whenever you go to a website and their website's not secure. But you can actually put Kevin Paffrath into the search bar, and a bunch of stories will actually pop up. Now, all of these are listings of the Fillmore Gazette. They have an online version, and what we want is the top one right here. If you click on that, it will take you to this page over here, and there's a bunch of different legal filings that people posted in the Fillmore Gazette to have legal notice so people would know of that. And this one right here that's really interesting, I'll blow it up on the screen so you can see it better. But basically what it is, it's the case number, and it says, to all interested persons, petitioner Kevin Helmut Paffrath, which is his full name, filed a petition with this court for a decree changing name as follow: Kevin Helmut Paffrath to Meet Kevin Paffrath. So Kevin wanted to legally change his name to first name Meet, middle name Kevin. He wants his first name to legally be Meet. So on his Social Security, on his driver's license, on all your legal documents, his first name would legally be Meet, Mr. Meet. Every time I think about it, I just keep thinking about that, and just the fact that he wants to legally change his first name to Meet. So Kevin, his real first name would be his middle name. Paffrath would be his same last name, and he cuts Helmut out of his name. It just amazes to me that anyone would want their first name to legally be Meet, Mr. Meet. Okay. Anyway, so why is he actually doing this? I have some theories. Again, this is all just my opinion. Like I said, this case is still open. You can see there was a bunch of different things that have gone through. The last entry was from February of this year, but you can see case status pending. So it's still open. He could still potentially change his name from Kevin, first name, to actually Meet, first name. Now, a couple of reasons why I think this happened. If you don't know, this is Kevin Paffrath's Wikipedia page. I actually think possibly he edited some of this. If you don't know, anyone can edit Wikipedia pages, and there's a lot of very favorable text or wording in this, so I actually think maybe he had part of it. But if you actually go down to the bottom, you can see he actually ran for governor in California in 2021. And what's really interesting is he tried to get his name on the ballot as Meet Kevin. So right here it says, Paffrath sued the Secretary of California to allow him to be listed on the ballot as Kevin Meet Kevin Paffrath. The court denied his petition on July 21st, finding that Meet Kevin was nonetheless a brand and not a nickname or a formal name. So I think the reason that he did this was so that any future elections he may run in, and again, this takes place because this happened, I'll show you, the filing took place on September 17th of 2021. The actual governor race of California last year took place on September 14th. So this ended this ended before he actually filed to have his name changed. So this had nothing to do with the 2021 election, even though he tried to get his name as Meet Kevin on the platform. I think this has to do potentially with him possibly wanting to run for some sort of elected office in the future, potentially governor, or maybe he'll do something crazy and try and run for president. I don't know. But I think that's what this whole story has to do about, because he tried to do this in 2021. Now, I think the main reason he tried to get his name as a Meet Kevin on the ballot was because most people who watch his channel, and I think he has, like 1.85 million right now, most people who watch his channel do not know that his last name is Paffrath. I'm sure some of you do, but most people do not. They just know him as Meet Kevin. So Kevin, in his infinite wisdom, his brilliance, right? He's like, you know what? I'm going to change my name legally to Meet. So I'll be Meet Kevin, right? Because if he did that, if he legally changed his name to Meet Kevin, like this would happen in 2021 when he ran and tried to get put as Meet Kevin on the ballot, they would have the state or the governor or whatever would have no reason not to put his name as Meet Kevin on the ballot, because that would be his legal first name, Meet, right? This was not his legal name in 2021, which is why they denied him being that on the ballot. So like I said, in the future, I think that's the whole scenario why he's going through with this. But I have to say, this is just one of the weirdest stories I have ever heard in my life. I don't know why anyone, and I guess it's to run for office. But to be honest with you, if someone ran for office and their legal first name, and you found out that their name initially was just Kevin, just a normal name, and then they legally changed their name to Meet, they legally changed their first name to Meet, I don't think I would ever want to vote for that person. I don't think I want to have a governor named Mr. Meet, Governor Meet Kevin, right? Like that's his legal name. That would be the weirdest thing. I'm just completely baffled by this entire story. The fact that he went through this process. And this wasn't just like something he did as a whim. As you can see from his Wikipedia page, he actually sued the Secretary of California to try and get his name as Meet Kevin on the ballot. He went through a number of different things. He actually went through the process of putting this, on paper in the Fillmore Gazette. He's gone to court several times with this whole issue. It's currently still pending. This is not a closed case. It's open. So clearly he's put a lot of time and effort to actually go through the process of legally changing his name to Meet Kevin. But yeah, that's about all I have about the story. If anyone has future information about this as to why you think he's trying to legally change his name to Meet Kevin instead of just Kevin Paffrath, I'd love to know in the comments section below. What do you think about this whole story? Would you think that was a good idea if he changed his name to Meet Kevin, or would you just laugh hysterically now that he's now Mr. Meet? I'd love to know your opinion below.